Is the Mindful Man reading another chapter? What the hell? Called Visit from my book on Amazon KDP. Finally, the day came when he met Emily from off the train. Although he didn't recognize her at first, as her face was obscured by a fat red scarf, her long black hair was blowing in the wind as she rushed towards him and hugged him, and they walked to the nearest tavern in a blizzard of snow. They shared a bottle of wine and she talked excitedly of all she'd been up to, and she asked about Sandy. Simon listened occasionally, sipping his wine, and before the end of the evening he was feeling a little tipsy. She was great company and she possessed a wonderful musical laugh, and he found himself warming to her more and more. By the end of the evening she bid him good night, and they had their first kiss in the deserted pub. Simon walked back home, slipping and sliding in the snow. The night was freezing cold, but he was all aglow inside. He didn't know it, but he was in love. Emily knew that she was in love as it Emily knew that she was in love as it wasn't in her character to travel the length of the country by train, but she knew that she had to see him again and tell him how she felt. That night Simon couldn't sleep, and he dreamed of Anna. He woke up sweating, and for a few seconds he forgot that she had gone. He showered and tried to focus on the day ahead. His head was slightly throbbing, and he knew that he shouldn't have had that final glass of wine. Today was a big day, and he was willing for it to end. He knew the vet was coming to check on Sandy, and it was difficult not to worry. He walked to work, slowly trudging through the snow. He'd arranged to meet Emily again that evening, but this time, hopefully without the drink. It was a slow day at work, and he couldn't help worrying about Sandy, even though on the surface there was little reason to. He stamped and gave out the books to an endless stream of people. There must be more to life than this, he reasoned glumly. Eventually he was back walking through the snowy streets with his footprints sinking low. As soon as he got home, he rushed to Sandy and stroked and fed her. It was good that she looked healthy. He brought Sandy into the living room, and they waited for the vet to arrive. She sat down at his feet and lifted her head up slowly and smiled a doggish smile at him. Simon took her paw in his hand, and he wondered how he could carry on without her. He didn't trust most people, but he trusted Sandy. There was a loud knock on the door, and Simon rushed over to answer it. The vet came in with his briefcase, and he immediately started asking questions about Sandy, and Simon answered as best he could. It was hard not to be emotional, even though on the surface there didn't seem to be anything wrong. Simon went to make a cup of tea, and when he returned, the vet was filling in forms with a serious look on his face. Simon feared the worst. He knew life wouldn't be the same without Sandy. Where's God now when I need him? He thought. He waited for the terrible news, but thankfully it didn't come. The cancer is in remission, the doctor said. It's like a miracle, he added accurately. Simon was ecstatic and relieved. He couldn't wait to see Emily and tell her the amazing news.